This is crazy, my friends. What's up, everybody? It's Rob here. We just got the patch notes as well next to the Luminant event. And we are actually getting buffs to our pets. So we just made the video and we just tested that the pet is actually strong by one-shotting Lilith and Doriel, and they're actually buffing it. And this patch is scheduled to last February 1st. Let's get into it. I'm gonna put the link in the description. So I've been doing some more testing, and my pet right now is hitting for 36 million, and we are getting buffs to that pet. So right now we are using the Firefly, and this one is getting a 10% damage buff, and we're also getting a bunch of damage to the new setup that I'm using and that I'm testing. I'm gonna make a separate video about that, about the burning support. So I think actually that I'm gonna get my pet to hit for like over 100 million once I figure out the scaling correctly. And yeah, this is like probably gonna be hitting with all these buffs here, where we're getting a 10% on the Firefly buff, and we're also using the burning support, and this one is also getting almost 10% or 10% buff here to supported skill damage, which is giving us a multiplicative bonus here for burning skills, so crit damage bonus goes up. And yeah, that's looking out to be pretty crazy. But let's start at the top, guys. So patch is gonna release February 1st. And the amount of a monster that gets healed by the Vampiric affix has been reduced. So basically they are only healing on World Tier 4 at half the effectiveness. Vampiric affix has been agreed for the player base. You guys remember in Avatar of Zir when the Bloodseekers in the end had the Vampiric affix. So I'm super happy to see this, like, you know, come down a little bit, because it was insanely strong. And then they also, a huge W here, they adjusted the Suppressor affix. It's not triggering as often now. In fact, it is not always on now, and it has a 6-second duration, and then it has a cooldown basically, so it's only a 50 to 70% uptime. So this bubble around the elites where you can't pierce them with any projectiles, which was really griefing ranged characters, so this has been significantly reduced. The field can be cancelled if the monster with the affix is stunned, frozen, knocked down, or dazed even. So you can basically just go in the field and stun the monster, like, I don't know, lay a trap on the rogue, or like, you know, put ground stomp as a barb, and then the suppressor shield is gone as well. And they've also adjusted the layout and monster spawn for several dungeons. And this might actually mean that there is a nerf coming to the dopamine tunnels. We don't know exactly what this means. Adjusted the layout and monster spawns for several dungeons. Like, this can like literally mean anything. I mean, you can let me know in the chat or in the comments below. What do you think that this change will be? I mean, I'll be here testing it February 1st, which is going to be in 2 days from today when we're going to get this patch. So we'll see. Maybe it's going to be a shift in the way we level up and no longer dopamine tunnels, or maybe some other dungeon is going to be crazy. We don't know. Nightmare sigils will now display the level that the monster will be for the sigil tier. I think this one is a very good change. If you're in game, like, you'll finally get to know exactly what you know, what level they will be. You see here my pet is just blasting this guy. So that's pretty cool to see the monster level here. And yeah, by the way, like, this pet, I can just go AFK and it keeps hitting this guy for a couple million all the time while I'm reading the patch notes. Yeah, then we have Season of the Construct. So the Construct is gonna get a bunch of damage buffs, and we've been testing this real quick. So it's been like 30 to 10% throughout the board, and also for the support skills with about another 10% damage buff. So a total of like about 20% stronger for the construct abilities. And we've just recently been like trying and seeing if we can figure it out, like how to scale its damage. And you see it's hitting in the tens of million, 20 million even there, whenever my buffs are up. So it can get pretty insane here for the construct. And yeah, I think we can actually hit for hundreds of millions, which is actually stronger than some classes. I don't know if a necromancer can hit for, like, you know, 40 million, just like my construct here does in this clip here. Like, if I just play it slow, it's 30 million, and then another 36, and this is like constant DPS ticks, right? Like, it just keeps ticking like that. So yeah, the construct is looking to be tremendously powerful here. And we'll see how it's going to be after the patch, but we can probably hit a triple-digit million number. And I'm not even sure if, you know, a Druid or a Necromancer can hit for that much. Don't bully my Necro. It is what it is, my friends. We'll see. The pet is actually pretty strong if you understand how to scale it well and, you know, going for a strong combination. So right now we're testing Firefly, and I think the other one was... Oh, which skill did we use? Yeah, there is just basically a bunch of them. I think we're still rocking with Tempest with this burning supports. And I think with the burning support, the damage even goes up. Yeah, I see like 20 million, 14 million, 15 million. It depends a little bit of like which combination you use, but yeah, looks like we can scale it pretty high. Yeah, and Barb has 4 weapons, so we can scale it even better. But yeah, I think it's great to see buffs to the pet to make it more meaningful. I would very much like to see buffs to its AI, because the pet still seems to be, you know, rather stupid, and it's just sometimes it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really feel like it wants to attack at all. But I think we figured out a pretty good setup here, where it actually is pretty active with the piercing and the auto seeking, the yeah, auto aiming basically, and it's making it less stupid. But in the end, I still would love to see some general buff to its AI, because especially if you're doing like speed content, the pet just seems to lag behind all the time. And it's really annoying, especially if you want to, like, you know, rely on it to get buffs like Evernight and this kinds of things up. So we don't know exactly. I think a good change would be if this initiative support, which basically causes the construct to teleport, if this would be active at all times, I think that would be tremendously good. It should be like just baseline effect of the pet, that it ports onto the enemy all the time. But yeah, right now it's a bit stupid, especially when you're doing speedruns. I might make a separate video, we'll see. But yeah, then we have a bunch of affixes here. This is just like my hopes, basically. But yeah, the damage buffs are coming. Then we have a bunch of accessibility bug fixes and stuff. This is pretty cool. They fixed some issues and more bug fixes. I did not see any node that is addressing the duplication exploit. So as many of you know, and it's still the case here, player trading is still unavailable, because there is yet another, like every season by now, it almost is tradition, a duplication exploit. I really hope they'll once and for all like fix all these like, you know, different duping methods that there are. But we'll see. I didn't see anything here in the patch notes. I hope we will learn about it soon, what's going to happen with that. But it's always good to see like a bunch of bug fixes here. You know, lots of things didn't display properly. Yeah. There is a bit of gameplay things, and this is one I'm looking really forward to. So they fixed an issue where Ring of Starless Sky would not grant stacks when casting channel skills. So this becomes pretty eminent, like in-game right now. I'm using Starless Sky, and this is used to buff my construct because it's buffing my sheet damage. So you see here, if I'm starting to smash, my sheet damage goes up, right? And you can also see on the skill that my resource cost of the Fury cost goes down. Yes? So if I smash here, 32, 28, so you see Starless Sky works. However, if I put in Whirlwind, and then do the same thing, let me get some Fury generation here. You see my attack power like doesn't change. Okay, I pressed some other buttons. But my attack power basically doesn't change. And also the Fury cost does not change either, right? So here I have 75k, and even if I spin, it still says at 75, and I'm not getting any stacks. It still says 25. So it doesn't work at all with Whirlwind and other channeling skills. And in general, guys, Whirlwind is super bad. It doesn't work with attack speed. It doesn't work with overpower. It basically doesn't work with half of your offensive. It only deals 26% damage. While if you look at another skill, like Charge, for example, it already deals 300 damage. So yeah, Whirlwind is just literally the weakest core skill in the game that I can think about, and they just nerfed it so many times. I really hope that this is not the only buff they will do to channeling spells, because I think it's the same thing. Channeling on the Sorcerer, for example, Incinerate is also super underwhelming. Channeling Whirlwind is also super underwhelming. I really hope that we will see some buffs in the future for that. But yeah, fix an issue where Rogue being frozen mid-dash. Okay, that's very nice. Fix an issue where Blood Marked could not be cleansed if it was apply mounted. And I don't know if many of you have experienced this. There is still a bug in the game that's in the game for like since launch now, since 8 or 9 months. We have that sometimes when you're blood marked, you can't join a party. This bug has still not been addressed to my knowledge. And I mean, I think this is like a minor issue. I really hope they fix the blood marked can't join party bug, where you have to literally go to the PvP area and cleanse yourself to be able to join parties even. So that bug is still in the game, I think, and I really hope they change that too. Fixed an issue where Whirlwind could be channeled and stay in place while using keyboard navigation or certain circumstances when using a controller. So this one, Do I have my controller here? I don't. But basically what you can do on a controller, and I can show this to you right now, you can spin in place like this, like spin in place with target lock. I can't do it on PC. But on a controller you can do this, and what this allows you to do is actually spin in place completely, like here, and gaining, you see I'm gaining a damage buff when I'm spinning in place because of my inner calm. So there is actually a bunch of buffs that you can do, and this is yet another nerf to Whirlwind. I don't understand why. Because, like, you know, if you can spin to win in place, you can actually benefit from a lot of stuff. And you know, the weapon swapping while spinning was actually a thing also on controller, which made it way easier. And I wish I had my controller. Do I have it here? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't use it anymore right now, but like, I can probably show you in another video, but where if you spin like this on a controller, you can spin on the same spot without moving, and then you can smash at the same time. It's super OP. I mean, obviously it makes the controller much better than mouse and keyboard here. So, I mean, it's probably a good thing long term that they change this, but I really hope they make up for it by buffing Whirlwind at some point. Because, yeah, Whirlwind is just way better on a controller, like way better. And also there's other skills that are way better on a controller where you can walk and attack at the same time. For example, the Claw Druid. Like some of the Claw Druids and also the Bulwark Druid are basically unplayable on mouse and keyboard, and they only work well on a controller. Same for Arclash, because you can move and attack at the same time, and this is impossible to do on mouse and keyboard. So controller has big advantage there. And I really hope they change, like the fundamental game mechanics should not be different on PC and controller. So I really hope they, you know, make it the same at some point. But yeah, we'll see. This is yet another nerf right now to Whirlwind. I really hope we can see some buffs there in the future. Dungeons and Strongholds, yeah, they fixed a bunch of stuff here. I don't really think anything. I've not really been doing. People have been laughing about this. I've not really been doing any of the Strongholds. I don't really enjoy it, so I've never even done any Strongholds in this season. I think this content is, to me at least, on a similar level of farming flowers. I just don't like to do it. And I mean, everybody can do whatever they enjoy, but like, people ask me all the time why I don't upgrade my potions. I just don't like to farm flowers, man. If you want to farm flowers, you can play like Harvest Moon or some other like farm game. I just don't like to do it with the flowers here. I want to slay demons with my character, but yeah, we'll see. Right now, it's good that they fix some buffs of these dungeons and strongholds, but it doesn't really affect me too much. I'm not a flower guy. I'm not really like into the strongholds and stuff. User interface, yeah, this one's pretty cool. Incinerate now gets a 10 rank. If you don't know, guys, on your sorcerer, the animation of the skill actually changes whenever you reach rank 10. Like the meteor flame becomes blue. You may have seen it in my meteor video. The firewall becomes like a blue fire, basically simulating its power. And this is also happening now with Incinerate. But again, Incinerate is basically a dead skill on Sorc, just like Whirlwind is on Barb, because it just doesn't scale with overpower, it doesn't scale with attack speed, it like half the damage doesn't even work on it. So really hoping to see some buffs to channeling skills throughout the bet. Fixed an issue where hits from Barbarian Frenzy do not display damage numbers consistently. Okay, nice. Fixed issue where damage over time visual effects do not appear correctly on some Necromancers. Yeah, I've actually seen some crazy numbers there. Fixed an issue where movement was interrupted when using keyboard controls interacting with the stash. Man, I'm still hoping for additional stash space, but yeah. Fixed an issue where mouse interaction and chat would malfunction with keyboard. Okay, this is like all very good changes. Quality, just a better experience for the users in general. Various quality of life fixes in respec mode. I've seen like some bugged Paragon boards and stuff, so I'm really happy to see they're looking into this. Fixed various instances where invites would not send properly while having a local player. Yeah, co-op in the party. I still think they are missing out hugely on all the social features that the game has. Like, we basically don't have social features at all. Even right now, guys, we're trying to, you know, have an in-game clan that is pretty active here. We have about 150 people. So first of all, there's the cap. I mean, I can understand this two away, but there's basically no base functionality here. Let's say I can't even see how long a party member, because many of you asked me if they can join the clan, or like we want to, you know, restructure the clan a bit, maybe we make a second clan. But like the social feature is completely missing. I can't even see how long somebody has been online or offline, right? Like, and this is like really bad. And I also can't even see, let's say, this guy. So in order to, you know, make any evaluation of like who stays in the clan and who doesn't, I would have to like at least have some information about the player, like how long has he been offline for, or I can't even inspect his profile. Like, why is that not a thing? Like, why is there no view profile button here? Why can't I inspect people's profiles that are offline? So there's just, and then maybe like have a group finder, like some party finder or something like that. I just feel like there's so many missed opportunities right now with the game. And yeah, I mean, it's good to see that they are fixing this, but I mean, they need to introduce some social features. Like, it's an open world game. It's marketed like that. It's specifically for people that want to play together with other people in a shared open world and basically defeat hatred and Lilith and demons together. So I think that is still a huge miss here. I really hope we're going to get some social features. Fix an issue where crafting elixirs, okay. And I mean, fixed an issue where Harlequin's quest was wrong color when equipped. So I actually don't know what's that gonna do. Maybe they're gonna turn it green now? I mean, the OG Harlequin's crest, the OG Shaco is green. This one ain't green yet. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's gonna get green or something. But yeah, you can also salvage your Shaco in Eternal Realm and get a green too. So that's pretty cool. I'm still not getting the buff here. But yeah, man, Construct already rocks, boys. 20 million hits, easy peasy. We'll see. I think that's a pretty cool patch. Lots of things to improve still, but big steps in the right direction. I'm very happy that they are frequently patching the game. I already made a video like a couple minutes ago about the new event that's coming here into the game, the Lunar Awakening. Also pretty cool to see these timed events. And then we are also going to get the Gauntlet here soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview. Give the patch a try. I think cool steps. Again, Vampiric, Suppressor has been griefing players for a long time, and more Construct pet buffs. We're gonna see if we can make it hit for over 100 million and literally be stronger than some characters in the game. We'll see. Balance still remains an issue, especially class balance. I guess we'll see with the leaderboards and hope we get some new endgame activity and some challenging content with those leaderboards. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, enjoy Season 3, GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.